It was a quiet Friday evening in Maplewood, Oregon, when our parents left for a wedding out of state. They trusted us enough to stay home, me at 18 and my younger sister, Lena, who had just turned 16. We'd stayed alone before, but something felt different this time. Maybe it was the thick storm clouds, or the way the house fell so still once the car disappeared down the street. Rain began just as we finished dinner. Lena and I were on the couch, a movie playing in the background while we scrolled through our phones. Thunder growled in the distance. She kept glancing at the windows. "Still scared of storms?" I asked, half teasing. She shrugged. "Not scared, just unsettled. The quiet before the thunder creeps me out." "You're not alone," I said. Then a loud crack of thunder hit, and the power went out. Lena gasped. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. "It's fine," I said quickly, walking to the kitchen for candles. Lena followed, pale in the flickering light. We lit a few and sat on the rug with snacks, surrounded by candlelight and the tapping of rain. "I had a dream last night," Lena said softly. "You and Mom were gone. I was alone. No one came back." I looked at her, surprised. She wasn't the type to share feelings easily, always calm, quiet, and steady. "That's not going to happen," I said. "We're not going anywhere." "I know," she whispered. "It was just a dream, but sometimes it feels like we're together, yet everyone's somewhere else." She wasn't wrong. I'd been caught up in college stuff, friends, and figuring out what was next. I hadn't noticed the distance I'd created. "I'm sorry," I told her. "I haven't been the best brother." "You're just growing up. I get it. But I miss when things were simple. Forts, pancake mornings." I laughed. "When you dumped syrup on the floor and blamed me?" She giggled. The tension broke a little. We talked for a while. About school, Grandma's old garden, Dad's off-key road trip songs. Hours passed. We didn't even notice the storm easing. Eventually, we curled up on the couch with blankets. Lena rested her head on my shoulder. "Thanks for listening," she mumbled. "Always," I said. "Even when I'm busy, I'm still your brother." She didn't answer, but I saw her smile before she drifted off. I stayed awake a little longer, listening to the soft rhythm of her breathing. The rain was lighter now, just a soft whisper. The power came back at 3 a.m., but we didn't notice. What changed that night wasn't the weather. It was us. Over the next few days, things felt different. We were lighter somehow, closer. We joked more, cooked breakfast together, and cleaned out the attic, laughing over old photos. It felt less like responsibility and more like rediscovery. We watched home movies, reenacted childhood memories, and tried baking cookies from Mom's old recipe book. They came out burnt, but we laughed so hard we cried. On Saturday evening, we went for a walk through the neighborhood. The air smelled of wet pine and fresh soil. Lena opened up about school, how hard it was, feeling invisible, friends who didn't really care. I listened, really listened. We ended up at the old park swings, the same ones we used as kids. We swung in silence for a while under the hum of streetlights. "Sometimes I feel like I don't matter," she said. "You do," I replied. "More than you know." She nodded slowly. "Thanks, Noah." The next morning, we made pancakes again. Successfully this time. We set the table with strawberries, orange juice, and wildflowers she'd picked. It felt peaceful, like something from a memory we didn't know we missed. When our parents returned, they were surprised by how tidy the house was, how calm everything felt. Mom gave us long hugs. Dad teased us for surviving the weekend. but we hadn't just survived. We had reconnected. Life got busy again. School, applications, chores. But something stayed. Lena and I checked in more, even if it was just over breakfast or homework. We didn't drift anymore. We were present. One Friday night, we lit candles again. Not for a blackout, just for old time's sake. That weekend really did change something, she said. I nodded. It reminded me what matters. She smiled. Storms aren't so bad when you're with someone. Sometimes, I said, it takes the dark to show you the light. What happened that night wasn't really about the storm. It was about reconnecting, realizing that growing up doesn't mean growing apart. Sometimes it's the quietest nights that bring us closest. Let me know if you'd like a new title for this version.